Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, the film student extraordinaire, and today I am doing one of my requested videos by one of you guys to do a how I make my thumbnail video. I'm actually going to be doing two of these videos. The first one's coming out today, Wednesday, and the other one will be coming out on Friday because I use two different programs to make my thumbnails. I make my regular video thumbnails using Lightroom and Photoshop, which is what I'm talking about today, as per the title, and then this and then for Friday's video, I will be showing how I use Adobe Spark to make my live stream thumbnails. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss that video when it comes out. Now let's dive right into my systems and I will show you how I make a thumbnail, and I'm actually going to be experimenting, doing a little fun time, and showing you how I'm making the thumbnail for this very video that you've already clicked on.
I was kissing you with my eyes open, but you said keep them closed and be in the moment.
All right, so here I am on Zoom so I can show you how I do this. I'm going to share my screen and kind of talk through the whole process. All right, so so first I started in Lightroom. So I just took these pictures like 5 seconds ago. Took 3 pictures, different poses. Also, yes, I know that the mattress looks like that. It's because I have a mattress topper and the mattress topper makes it too big for the sheets. And I basically have to remake the bed. Like every time I sit on it, it's fine. I'm not worried about it, but I just wanted to disclaim that. So I think I'm either gonna be picking this one or this one. This one, I feel like my face looks kind of weird there. I'll try this one first. So the first thing I do is I'm gonna crop the image to be 16:9 because that is what my thumbnail will be, and then I just kind of free frame it just so that I think it looks a little better. I typically will just auto correct initially, and then I'll try to make it a little brighter, picking up the whites probably when it comes to color, like amping up the vibrance, maybe bringing up the exposure, literally anything to make it just look a little brighter because bright things help people stand out. Now, every now and then I will have a darker thumbnail if I think it suits whatever the video is better, whatever the picture. But for the most part, it's about kind of, I try to brighten up the image and get that stuff going. And I think it looks pretty cute. Let's just see what this one looks like when I get this one ready to go so I can figure out which one I like the best. Because it's really not that hard to do both. Yeah, it's really not that hard. And I pretty much just do the same thing. In fact, I can even copy these settings and just paste them. I think this one's my winner. I think it looks the cutest. So literally all I do is I export the photo, make it large, just to have as much file as possible, and I just put it to my downloads, and then bada bing, bada boom, that's gonna export. So then once that exports, we're gonna open up the next app. So I just make sure it's exported, there it is. Then I close out Lightroom, and then we open, screen sharing stopped, right? And then we're gonna open up Photoshop. So as you can see, I already have a thumbnail PSD, which is a Photoshop document. Now I pretty much use the same thing, and you can see here, like these are all these things that I sometimes delete stuff from. Like if you remember, like this was from that movie thing I did. Like I just kind of keep things around. So the first thing I can do real quick, is this one is not going to be a LA episode. So I can just hide these really easy. Then I'll delete this picture. Very quick, just delete it, the file, and then I plop in the new picture because that's what we're doing, right? So, and then I just have to resize it and maybe make it a little extra big. Yeah. So now I already have the picture in, super simple. The next thing I do is I have to just rechange this. So this will probably be, let's see, I'll probably say making thumbnails because I'll have the title, how I make my thumbnails or how I edit my thumbnails, but that would be really a lot of text. I did used to definitely do like more text than I probably should have, and it can get really cluttered. I always do all caps, and I just spelled that wrong. And I do this thing where I use 2 layers of text and Basically, one is one color and one is another color to make that kind of like 3D effect. Now, sometimes it looks better than others because of the way these are working, like how I'm making it so much shorter thumbnails. It does look a little weird, but it's still basically the same idea. Then I usually select the text and I'll bring it up a bit. I'll try to center it if possible. And now what I'm going to do is I will stop sharing for a second. I am now going to find an image of Lightroom and Photoshop icons to put in the top of the thumbnail. So just give me a sec and we'll be right back. Okay, so I'm now going to reshare my screen. And it's important that you find images that are transparent. These, see how there's nothing like no creepy, not creepy, it's not creepy, but there's nothing weird on the edges. It's all just good. So now I'm just gonna see where my little rotator is. Sometimes I lose it, but I'll find it eventually, I hope. Maybe not. Let's delete that and try bringing it back. Every now and then I like lose. There we go. So I'll have a little Lightroom here. That's a little too much of a jaunty angle. So I have Lightroom over there. And then I'll put Photoshop over here. That one's really big for some reason. I cannot explain why that one's so big. And I basically just do the same thing. That way I'm not saying making thumbnails with Photoshop and Lightroom in the actual thumbnail. Like I'm not saying that, but it's going to be pretty obvious when anyone looks at it because those two icons are right there. I think they are a little big and they may look really big here. But remember, this is going to be seen on some screens that are really small. Like on my phone, a thumbnail might be this big. Well, maybe a little bigger. Let's say like this big. So now you can see, okay, boom, I see Photoshop and Lightroom. So that's pretty much how I make my thumbnails. And then I just will make sure I save it just in case something happens. You always want to be saving projects. And then I'm just going to say export. I don't quick export, I export as. And then it'll pop up. I do the smaller file, 8-bit, because we don't want it to get too big that YouTube's like, file's too big to upload, because that can happen to you and it stinks. And then I pretty much just leave it, everything else as is. And then I just name my thumbnail. So this will be making thumbnails. It really doesn't matter if you make a spelling error or anything, like doesn't do anything to your video or anything like that, as long as you can find your thumbnail later on. So I think this looks great. I'm really happy with it. And now it's just waiting in my downloads for me to, once I edit this video, all I need to do is just edit this video. And then when I upload it, I can just say where it asks for a custom thumbnail. I can just pop it right in. And that's that. I hope you learned something. Please let me know if you have any questions, if I need to clarify something, anything of that sort. And remember to come back for Friday's video where I show how I make my other kind of thumbnails. And yeah, please like the video, comment down below. And of course, remember to subscribe because let's try to hit 850. All right, bye guys.
Okay.